We got a special one for you 2JZ guys. If you look down here at the bottom of your screen, we got a Lexus SC400 sitting here. This is actually the donor vehicle. This has a normally aspirated 2JZ engine in it. We're going to be pulling the engine and the transmission with the wiring harness out of this one. We're going to be doing one of our 1,000 horsepower builds on this engine. It's going to have cams, pistons, rods, all the good stuff. We got to build it to hold about 1,000. We could go up from there, but the customer only wants to make about 700, 800, so we're just going to keep it at 1,000. Once we get this thing built, it's actually going to be going in an SC400, a Lexus SC400. That car is a very nice car, beautiful car. Runs good, just can't do much with them. So we're going to be yanking that engine out, that transmission, and putting this one in it once it's built, and putting a nice big single turbo kit on it. It's going to have a whole bunch of goodies on this thing. We're going to do gauges, we're going to do wheels and tires, we're going to do brakes, suspension, and we're going to make it look sweet under the hood because the rest of the car looks really nice. So we're going to get started on this one. We're going to get the engine, get all the fluids drained. We're going to get the engine out so we can get this thing ripped apart and sent to the machine shop to get all the machine work done. So stay tuned for that.
Welcome to the Savage Productions YouTube channel.
As you can see, the engine compartment is empty. We got the engine and transmission out of this Lexus SC400, and bam, there it is. We got it all tore apart. Got it all tore apart. So this one's got about 200,000 miles on it somewhere, give or take. And I tell you what, everything looks good in here. The cylinder walls look really good. The crankshaft looks good. I mean, these are just good engines, but whoever had this car definitely took care of this thing, man. I mean, there's no scarring on the main or rod bearings. The crank is in such good shape, all we gotta have to do is polish it up. I mean, we don't even have to resurface the crank, which is good. There's a crankshaft under there. We went ahead and just we just left the crank in, snugged the old main caps back on. It's going to get ARP studs anyway, and of course the block's going to get the full race prep treatment. The mains are going to be all the main journals are going to be line honed. Of course, we got new rods, pistons, you know, everything. New cams. We're going with pretty much all the internal parts are Brian Crower. They manufacture parts for these. We're using their rods. We are using Crower pistons. Brian Crower camshafts, springs, new valves, you know, intake and exhaust valves. We're doing, here's the head. We're doing new valve guides, you know, pretty much doing it right. I mean, it's got a lot of miles on it, so we don't want to take a chance. Once the machine shop, you know, gets it, they'll be able to, they'll pull the springs out and everything, and they'll check the guides. But I just figured, you know, just do it right. They could have cut the valves and cut the valve seats. I'm sure they're going to be in good shape. But I've already got the parts. I've already got new valves, new valve guides. I already got the springs, locks, retainers. We're just waiting on the cams, and we're waiting on the pistons to come in. So that's the oil pump. We're gonna get a brand new Toyota oil pump. We're not gonna go with an aftermarket oil pump. And then here's the bottom half of the engine. You know, that's not really considered the oil pan. The oil pan obviously gets bolted right there. As you can see, the big hole. This is the bottom half of the block. And then here's the transmission. So the next step is we're going to remove these cooler lines and fittings. Got to remove the sensors. Got to remove the cross member, transmission mount. Get this torque converter out of here. Get the dipstick tube out, and remove the sensors. There's one there. There's one there. And we're going to go ahead and take these off. That holds the harness in place. We'll put all them in a bag. And we got to get this transmission. We've already drained it. We got to get it on a pallet, get it strapped down on a pallet, and ship it out. It's going to a company down in Florida that builds those transmissions, like I had talked about before. And it's going to be their stage 3 build. It's supposed to handle around 800 to 900 wheel horsepower. So that's pretty cool, man, that we got somebody that makes internal parts for these transmissions. And their stage 4 actually goes way above that too. But that's cool, man. We're kind of excited. So this car, we've got the wiring harness out of it. We did save the computer, or we're not going to be using the computer, but we're saving it just in case, because we could go to a piggyback setup for the computer, but we're not really planning on doing that. So this car is in, pretty good shape. It's going to be for sale as a roller, because we were just using it for the engine and transmission. And this is really the only damage. It's got a little bit of scuffing going on here on this quarter panel. Just a little bubble of rust right there. Other than that, it's in really good shape. I mean, the owner he just wants to get rid of it because he's not going to be using it. The seat's got some wear there, but all in all, it's not in bad shape. So this one's going to be gone. He's going to be bringing us his Lexus SC400, which is the really nice car. And we got to do it all over again. We got to pull that motor out, transmission out, wiring harness, computer. We got to do a fuel system on it, which I've already got the parts for that. And yeah, we're going to start working on that one. That's going to be a couple of months, probably a month or so, before we have him bring that in. At least 3 or 4 weeks. We got to bring another one in, another car, and get the engine out of that. You guys will see a video on that one too. It's pretty cool. It's a 1989 turbo Trans Am. Very rare car. They only made 1,551 of them. It's 1,500 and something is all they made of them cars. The turbo Trans Ams had the same engine as the Buick GNX. Okay, you had the Buick Grand Nationals, and then you had the GNX Grand National, which they only made 551 of them, I believe. So that engine is what's in the turbo Trans Am. Very nice car too. Somebody had it, it was all original. Somebody had it, and they bled the boost off of the wastegate to turn the boost up, and they blew the motor up. It's burned up a piston or a ring or something on number 3 cylinder, and it's dead cylinder, and it's just blowing oil everywhere. So we're gonna pull the motor out, pull it apart, and check it out. We're probably just gonna end up rebuilding the whole motor. Anyway, so that's gonna be the next video coming. But anyway, for now, we gotta concentrate on this bad boy. I'm not gonna cut the video off here yet, because I'm gonna show some of the parts that we're getting for this build. And once I show some parts, then we'll probably cut this video off and wait until we get the other car in to start pulling the motor out of that one. But yeah, that's going to be kind of exciting on this deal. But if anybody knows anybody that wants a roller SC300, contact us, give us a call, and we'll hook you up with the owner. maybe you can make a deal. I'm sure it'd go for a really reasonable price, obviously, because it's not going to have a engine or transmission in it. So, all right, so stay tuned for more video as this one continues. Well, we got some more parts that showed up for this bad boy. Man, it showed up really quick. So I didn't get a chance to video the parts that came in for the engine. It had, I got all the good stuff, rods, pistons, cams, valve springs, valves, locks, retainers, I mean the whole deal. And so I had everything. We were still waiting on the pistons and the cams. Well, as soon as the pistons came in, that's all I was waiting on to get that engine to the machine shop. So as soon as they came in, I got the engine to the machine shop. They've had it for a while now. And I didn't get a chance to even take pictures to post on Facebook. I did post all the other parts, except the cams. The cams are actually due here in about 2 or 3 days. I just got tracking, so that's cool. And then that's going to pretty much cover it. The transmission is already, it's been sent out. It's already down in Florida getting built. So that's getting a stage 3 build. It's going to hold about 900 horsepower. Anyway, so I want to go ahead and leave some pictures of the parts that I did take pictures of that I posted on Facebook. I'll go ahead and throw those clips on here now. All right, that's cool. I really wish I would have got pictures of the pistons because they looked really sweet, but it is what it is, right? So anyway, I'm gonna at least get a picture of this turbo kit or a video of this turbo kit. So check it out. So I went ahead and unwrapped these 2 pipes. I wanted to see what the finish looked like. And man, they do look nice. I gotta tell you. I'm not gonna unwrap these until we're ready to install the kit. I don't want to scratch them up, but they did come out really nice. That's all the T-bolt clamps, silicone rubber hose. I went ahead and went with black. Nice intercooler, nice intercooler. And then here's the exhaust manifold, or the tubular exhaust manifold. It's a T4 flange for the turbo. That's the dump pipe for the wastegate. And there's the wastegate. And that's actually the dump pipe that will come off the wastegate. Blow off valve. More clamps. Oil feed line. That's going to be the oil drain line. We have to tap and install a fitting into the oil pan, which won't be a problem since it will be off the engine. And here's some other hardware for the turbo. There's the air filter for it, and then there's the turbo. This is a ceramic dual ball bearing turbo. Nice, no shaft play, spins very, very easy. So this one's a GT35. It's got a 64 exhaust housing. It's gonna make good boost, really down low and mid-range, and that turbo is still pretty decent. It'll make some power if we really spin it up. So yeah, I'm pleased with this. This is a nice kit right here, for sure. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you guys that, and man, I'm gonna go ahead and just end this video. The engine has been at the machine shop for a while, and we're actually going to be getting it back pretty soon. They're almost, they're kind of finishing it up. So I'm going to go ahead and just end this video. And once we get the engine back, we're going to start assembling the engine. We're going to have another video on that. We'll be posting some pictures, on TikTok and our, Facebook. So that'll be cool. And as you can see, we're pretty much packed out in here. Yeah, so we did a shop expansion on this shop. So we actually doubled the size of our shop. We expanded into the suite next door. We took down portion of the wall. We repainted, we did all kinds of stuff here, so we've got a lot more room. There will be a video coming out on that, so stay tuned for that video. I'm going to do just kind of a walk around and talking about the shop expansion and all that. We have an engine building room now that's actually back there behind me, behind the door. This is all, both sides are climate controlled, air conditioned, heat and all that, so that's cool. I needed a nice, clean, dust-free room to build the engines. And then we also have a parts room now, which we needed because we was getting parts like all over the place, which, as you can see, I got some parts right here for some of the builds. These are just some going on, but the parts room is full. It's got a lot of parts in there. So anyway, I appreciate you guys checking this out as always. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications when some more videos come out. And be sure to check out the next video on this build when it comes out. So I'm going to definitely do some video footage of the engine once we start assembling it and getting that thing going. All right. So I do appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next video.